I want you to close your eyes and imagine the Earth as it was 50,000 years ago. When we look at the world today, we see something unique in the history of biology. There is only one species of human. Whether you are in Tokyo, New York, or Nairobi, we are all Homo sapiens. We are alone. But for the vast majority of history, this was not the case. If you could travel back in time to the Ice Age, you would find a world that looked more like a fantasy novel than reality. It was a world of multiple, distinct, intelligent human species walking the Earth at the same time. In the frozen forests of Europe, the Neanderthals were hunting woolly mammoths. They were shorter than us, but far stronger, with chests like barrels and brains actually larger than our own. In the high-altitude caves of Siberia and Tibet, the mysterious Denisovans were thriving in thin air that would make us dizzy. On the tiny islands of Indonesia, a species called Homo floresiensis, nicknamed the hobbits, stood only 3 feet tall, hunting miniature elephants in the jungle. And in the caves of South Africa, Homo naledi was burying its dead in pitch-black chambers. For a long time, the story we told ourselves was simple. We believed that Homo sapiens, us, evolved in Africa, marched out into the world, and simply replaced these other, primitive species because we were smarter and better. We thought we were the chosen ones. But in the last decade, the revolution in DNA sequencing has completely destroyed that arrogant narrative. We have learned that our ancestors didn't just ignore these other humans. We didn't just fight them. We lived with them. We spoke with them. And most importantly, we fell in love with them. When scientists finally mapped the Neanderthal genome, they found a shock. They discovered that every human being alive today of European or Asian descent carries between 1 and 2% Neanderthal DNA. This proves that our ancestors had children with them. Then, we sequenced the Denisovans, and we found that people in Melanesia and Australia carry up to 5% Denisovan DNA. We are not pure humans. We are hybrids. We are a patchwork quilt of different species stitched together. But the biggest shock was yet to come. In 2020, geneticists were analyzing the DNA of modern populations in West Africa, specifically the Yoruba and Mende people. They were feeding the genetic data into sophisticated artificial intelligence programs designed to look for patterns of ancestry. The AI flagged something strange. It found a long string of genetic code, a signal buried deep in the genome that did not match human DNA. It did not match Neanderthal DNA. It did not match Denisovan DNA. It did not match any fossil that we have ever dug out of the ground. The scientists checked the data again. The computer was adamant. This DNA came from a completely unknown species of human. This is the ghost DNA. The models suggest that roughly 40,000 to 50,000 years ago, our ancestors in West Africa met a population of what we now call ghost humans. We don't have a name for them. We don't have a skull. We don't have a single tooth. The only proof that they ever walked the Earth is the genetic echo they left inside of us. This discovery is terrifying because of what it implies about the fossil record. We assume that if a civilization or a species existed, we would find their bones. But fossils are incredibly rare. They only form under perfect conditions. If this ghost species lived in the deep rainforests of Central Africa, the acidic soil would have dissolved their bones in a few hundred years. They could have lived there for 1,000,000 years. They could have had a language, a culture, wooden tools, and a society. And because they didn't leave stone or bone behind, the jungle erased them completely. They're a phantom lineage. The only reason we know they existed is because, for a brief moment in time, they met us. They reached out and touched our bloodline, leaving a permanent mark before they vanished into the mist of history. Who are they? Were they giants? Were they small? Did they teach us something? The silence of the archaeological record is deafening.
The existence of the ghost DNA forces us to confront the darkest question in human history: what happened to everyone else? 50,000 years ago, the planet was crowded with intelligent cousins. There were at least 5 or 6 distinct human species. Today, there is only one: Homo sapiens. What happened in that short window of time to clear the board? Did we kill them? There are 2 main theories, and both of them tell us something profound about human nature. The first is the replacement theory, which is a polite way of saying genocide. Homo sapiens are, by nature, aggressive, territorial, and incredibly cooperative with their own kind, but hostile to outsiders. We developed advanced projectile weapons, spears, and arrows that the Neanderthals and ghost humans likely didn't have. We also had complex language that allowed us to organize armies. It is very possible that as we moved into new territories, we saw these other humans not as cousins, but as competition. We saw them occupying the best caves, hunting the best game, and drinking from the best rivers. And so, we systematically wiped them out. We drove the Neanderthals to the edge of the sea in Gibraltar. We pushed the Denisovans into the high mountains. And we may have hunted the ghost humans of Africa until there were none left. If this is true, then we are the Cain of the human family, the brother who killed all the others to inherit the world. But there is a second theory, the assimilation theory. This theory suggests that we didn't kill them with war, we killed them with numbers. Homo sapiens populations grew much faster than the others. We were better at extracting calories from food. We lived in larger tribes. When we moved into the territory of the ghost humans or the Neanderthals, we simply outnumbered them 10 to 1. Over thousands of years, the smaller populations didn't just die out, they were absorbed. They married into our tribes. Their distinct genetic identity was diluted, generation by generation, until it was washed away in a sea of sapiens DNA. They weren't murdered, they were loved out of existence. This idea leads to a radical shift in how we view evolution. We used to think of the tree of life, a trunk that splits into branches that never touch again. But the ghost DNA proves that human history is not a tree. It is a braided stream. Imagine a river. It separates into different channels. One channel goes into the cold north. One goes into the east. One stays in the deep jungle. These streams flow separately for hundreds of thousands of years. They adapt. They change. They become different. But then, something happens, climate change or migration, and the streams crash back together. They mix their waters. We are the result of that mixing. We are not of pure species. We are the mongrel species. And this might be why we survived. The DNA we stole from these other species wasn't just junk. It saved us. We know that the genes we got from Neanderthals helped our skin adapt to the cold European winter. The genes we got from Denisovans helped Tibetans survive at high altitudes. And it is very likely that the genes we got from the ghost humans gave us immunity to ancient African diseases that would have otherwise killed us. We are walking museums. Inside your body right now, there are genes that evolved in a species we have never seen. There are immune system codes written by a ghost human who lived in the jungle 50,000 years ago. They are gone. Their culture is gone. Their language is gone. But they are not extinct. As long as you are alive, a part of them is alive inside you. This changes how I look at the mirror. I don't just see myself. I see the ghosts of the lost family. We are the lonely survivors, carrying the memories of the brothers and sisters we lost along the way. The next time you wonder where you came from, remember, the answer is much more complicated and much more crowded than we ever imagined. I am your host. Thank you for taking this deep journey into our past. Subscribe for more mysteries of the genome.